Hi friends, I'm here with a short restorative practice. We'll need some props for this, so grab what you have, blocks, blankets, bolsters, foam rollers. You can improvise with things you have around the house. And as always, please go at your own pace, rest whenever you need to, and feel free to skip things or change things if they're not working for you. So for our first pose, we're going to do supported fish. So you'll need 2 blocks or a rolled up blanket or cushion. There's several ways of doing this. The main thing is something is going to go behind your upper back, and that's going to go pretty high. Just low enough so the tops of the shoulders can fall off the end of it. And then depending on how big the thing is, you may want something else supporting your head. So instead of your chin being way up in the air, chin is dropped, back of the neck long. Arms can be overhead or out to the side. Legs can be bent or straight. If the first thing you've chosen doesn't quite work for you, try something else. You might try something smaller or softer for less intensity, harder or bigger for more intensity. And you can play around with the placement of the block. Try not to have it anywhere near the lower back where we've already got a nice arch in that direction. You want to have the lower back nice and long. If there's overarching or discomfort in the lower back, you can try tucking your tail towards your heels, or do this with feet on the floor, knees bent. Once you've found your position, allow the weight of your body to rest. Slow down your breath. To release out of this, one gentle way of doing so is to interlace fingers behind your head. Lift your chin to your chest, taking off any pressure off the blocks or props, and then lean to one side, moving your stuff out of your way. Come back down with back flat. Just taking a moment to feel the effect of where you just were. Let's take supported bridge next. So you're going to place something under the hips, a little bit lower than the lower back. And you might try blocks if you have them, foam roller, a couple books with a blanket or towel over it, a bolster. And again, you can play around with height, higher or lower, softer or firmer. Try not to have it at the lower back. So again, we're lengthening the lower back, this time opening up the fronts of the hips. From here, you can bring your right knee to your chest. Grab hold of the right knee with one or both hands behind or on top, however it works for you. Hug it in nice and close, and then straighten your left leg, the other leg. And let the straight left leg hang, opening up through the front of the left hip. to release, let's switch sides. Grab hold of the left knee, straighten the right leg, and let that straight right leg hang, yawning open through the front of the right hip. And the more you hug your knee in, the more you let that straight leg hang, the more of an opening there can be. Hip flexors can get really tight, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting. It's a great way to open them up. When you feel even on two sides, bring both knees in. You can stay here with knees bent or extend the legs partway or all the way straight up towards the ceiling. If you need to adjust the placement or height of the props under your hips, feel free to do that. And this is a very gentle inversion. The hips are higher than the heart. Gravity is working on the legs in a different way. While it's not a totally passive pose, you can keep letting go, seeing how much can you relax here. Take your time releasing. Eventually moving your blocks or props out of your way. And just rest for a moment with back flat. Let's bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees hang open, suptabaddohokonasana. Now, if letting the knees just release into gravity feels like a little too much, you could slide a little support under them. So that could be a couple blocks, could be blankets, cushions, rolled up towels, books. Finding a position where you can really let go. And sometimes over time the pose may change, so if it becomes more relaxed and you want to move your blocks further out or out altogether, you're welcome to do that. Or it may become more intense, in which case if you didn't have props, go ahead and add them whenever you need to. Letting each exhale be an opportunity to let go even more. Let's release. Bring the knees in. You might use your hands to help you. Take your knees to your chest. Give them a good squeeze. Maybe a little circle or rock with your knees. Massaging the sacrum and lower back into the floor. And then go ahead and tip both knees all the way over to the left. You can roll onto your left side. And then take your right hand and start to circle it along the floor over your head. Nice and slow. And your chest will open. Your fingers can just trace along in a big circle, crossing your body and continuing. Imagine there's a little motor in your hand driving a circle as far away from your body as you can, and then your torso and head and rest of you just responds, closing off and opening. Finish up the circle you're on. Next time your arm is out to the side, stay there, opening into a nice twist, and then just releasing. Use your left hand to kind of anchor your knees down, and then just let gravity open the right shoulder. One more deep breath here. And roll back onto your back. And let your knees come all the way over to the right. Tipping over. And you can start to circle your left arm over your head, all the way around. Letting the torso open and close in response to this circle. Keeping the rest of you as relaxed as you can. Finish up the circle you're on. Next time your left arm is out to the left, stay there. Opening into a twist, and then letting go. Roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in again, a little circle or rock, massaging the sacrum and lower back into the floor. And then drop your legs long. If you want to use some support under your legs, you can put blocks or rolled up blankets or cushions under your knees or thighs. Interlace your fingers behind your head and lift your chin to your chest. Imagine someone else were holding your head, so your head is just resting into your hands, totally relaxing. And then place your head down a little further away from your body. Might give your shoulders a little squeeze here, releasing the shoulders, neck. And then drop your arms down by your sides, shrug your shoulders down away from your ears. Settling into Shavasana. If there's anything else you need to do to get comfortable, take your time. You might cover up with something or put a little weight on you. And then let go of the control of your breath. You can let it be how it is. Might be shallow or deep, fast or slow. Let go of the control of your face. Relax your mouth, your jaw, your eyes. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles. Eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. And roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. And bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Please feel free to reach out if you have questions or requests for future offerings.